I like my job. I like this job. I like this job. I like this job. I like this job. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm just having the most fun right now because this is OG Nate Edwardson golf. This is 2 years ago Nate Edwardson golf. This is Nate Edwardson just getting in the weeds of YouTube golf for you guys and finding things out and being a nerd and just, you know, trying to devise plans and solutions and educate you, and it's fun. Anyways, Grant Horvat, we talked about it yesterday. He teased this on his Instagram story. Biggest announcement in his YouTube career coming now. There's two clips that we need to watch from today's video. There's a clip at the beginning and there's a clip at the end. The one he just released, this was released like an hour ago. I'm not going to ruin any of the golf in it for you, but we are definitely going to talk about the announcements that were made. So let's just hop on over to the screen here and we're gonna make it happen.
It was mind-blowing to think about, but y'all are crazy. We have an announcement coming in this rematch today against Phil that is the biggest announcement I've made in my YouTube golf career, and for me it changes the YouTube golf landscape a little bit, so stick around to hear that. But yeah, I can't.
Okay, so further tease, further edge, further Grant Horvat getting us a little closer to excitement. Well, I went through this whole video. I haven't watched it yet. I just scrubbed through to try to find the announcement. It's right at the very end, so we're just gonna jump to that. Try not to ruin anything for you guys. We're gonna start right here. Let's just listen to it.
It up for part one on my channel. The back nine will be on Phil's channel. Look in the description, that's where his channel will be. But we have a major announcement, Phil. Yeah. We are starting a
Grant, you a-hole. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Grant. This makes sense because he had posted on his Instagram story that it was going to be, the announcement was going to be tomorrow. So when he sent the video today, we have a big announcement. I'm like, are we getting two announcements? What's going on? So no, it's just one announcement. It was just a nice little tease to get you over to part two. Now, I will say, Grant Horvat is doing the most for Phil Mickelson's channel right now. Now, granted, the match with Grant and Phil, the first one got like 2 million views, I think it's sitting at right now. So like, obviously there is a lot of benefit in Grant filming with Phil. Let me see exactly how many views it got. I'm pretty sure it was like 2 million. Yeah, 2.4 million. So it's definitely like not like there isn't benefit for Grant here, but like he really is just, I mean, in the Bethpage Black video, both him and Brian Bros had a For Wellness like partnership deal going on. I'm gonna play the beginning of this video for you guys. You won't, it's just something for you to watch while I'm talking. Anyways, it was a For Wellness partnership, which is Phil's company, or a company he's heavily invested in, and they promoted it. So they're, you know, you got the joggers thing, like you're saying right here. Their synergistic business YouTube golf thing is happening, and I think it's interesting for Phil because he's obviously at a point where like he's not really succeeding competitively in golf right now. He's a little older, you know, maybe he's gonna go do some Champions Tour stuff and whatever, but while he's still playing on these younger tours, he's, you know, obviously just kind of floating around there. But what he is doing very well is capitalizing on this new wave of YouTube golf, and Phil's always been known as a personality. So I mean, I think there's definitely interest there. I think part of the reason why the first Grant match went so well with Phil was because Phil was like he just blew people's minds with how much he was like trash talking Grant, trying to get in Grant's head. Like, people in YouTube golf don't really do that. Wesley would maybe be the closest, but even Wesley, I'm sure, would admit it. Phil is like the OG at that, like the gangster at like playing those like mental games with golf gambling and all that. So it's just very entertaining. So the announcement, what do I think it is? So there's a couple things. Number one, everybody and their uncle for some reason commented on my video yesterday saying that they think Grant's announcement is gonna be that his wife is pregnant. No joke, go look at that. There's like 25-30 comments of people saying that they think that. I'm just like, I don't understand how you got there, because he said it's the biggest announcement in my YouTube channel history. What does him having a baby have to do? And I know you're like, well, it would affect his YouTube abilities, but no, he's saying this is a YouTube announcement. This is an announcement for YouTube. So it has to be something to do with YouTube. And what loser would tease a pregnancy announcement? Like, try to build hype for a pregnancy announcement that's not like a family channel. I don't know. I'm not trying to trash on you guys who commented that. It's just like, that one blew my mind. I'm just like, what? Where is that coming from? No, it is not. I can sit here and say 100% that his announcement is not going to be that his wife's pregnant. That one was crazy. I saw a couple, Tiger specifically, Tiger, Junior Tiger, Scotty. I think there's a world where maybe that's coming. Now, the reason why I think that is because this is the time of year, Thanksgiving, where we know that there's a top secret meeting of tailor-made golfers and tailor-made athletes like Grant, YouTuber influencers, going on right meow or sometime around now down in Florida. They do their tailor-made media shoot for next year's products, and those videos come out over the next year. That's where Micah got the Rory video. That's where Grant got, I think, his first Colin video. He had a Fleetwood video. He had a video with Nelly. They get a bunch of content there. This maybe is the year where he gets the two biggest tailor-made athletes they have, which is Tiger and Scotty, or one or the other. Grant's at this point now where he is the guy. He is the creme de la creme. He's the premier. Like, yeah, Bryson's the biggest technically, but again, especially in that case, Bryson's on Live. There's division. Scotty's probably not going on Bryson's YouTube channel. I think the connection with TaylorMade, I think TaylorMade maybe sees that Grant is like their biggest eyeball ability, like even more than their own platforms. Like if TaylorMade was to put out a video, you know, of Scotty playing 9 holes on their YouTube channel versus playing 9 holes with Grant on Grant's YouTube channel, the Grant's YouTube channel video is going to double up the views, like not even close. So I think they see that, and I think that is maybe incentive enough to give this to Grant. So I don't think that's the announcement that's coming, but I do think there is a very realistic chance we see a Tiger collab. Probably not a match with Tiger, but some sort of Tiger collab. And for the first time, I mean, Foreplay did it last year, but like maybe some more golfy type thing. And then not just like a long dot contest. And then a Scotty actual video, like 9 holes, dare I say it, 18 holes. If Grant got an 18, if Grant posted an 18, because you guys gotta understand, I like the competitive side of YouTube golf. I've said that a million times. That's more what I'm into. If Grant posted an 18-hole match with Scotty Scheffler, I would stop everything I'm doing from the moment that's posted till the moment the timestamp finishes me watching it. Literally, I don't care what I'm doing. I would stop it and I would watch that video like this. Like this. Because I started golfing when Scotty started coming up in like 2022, and I'm a huge Scotty fan. So anyway, that would blow my absolute mind. I hope Grant is getting some Scotty content right now in Florida with TaylorMade. I mean, that would wet my whistle big time. That'd be very exciting. So anyways, we'll see. Side note, I'm getting Grant back on. Grant's coming back on in a couple weeks time. We're gonna do our annual Christmas interview. So I'm gonna ask him all these questions. Don't you worry. We'll hopefully get some answers. But I think he's filming right now. So yeah, those are good guesses. The Tiger and Scotty collab. I don't think that's the announcement. Because it seems very much that 100% the announcement is going to have something to do with Phil now, because it was teased in the Phil video, and then he said we have an announcement at the end, and the announcement's coming on Phil's channel tomorrow. So we're going to get into that. I have some theories. The other thing I thought maybe could be happening, and this is something I still think could maybe happen with Grant, is like Grant's at this position right now where he's the Mac Daddy of YouTube golf. He is the big boy. He's the big tuna, the big kahuna. He has the opportunities that no other creators do. What he did with Primo, instead of signing with an apparel company, getting ownership in the apparel company, I could see that maybe coming down the line for him with other products, specifically maybe even golf clubs. I feel like there's a world where we see him getting, I mean, him and Brian Bros are managed by 99% sure the same people. They have a lot of similar, I'm like 99.8% sure they're managed by the same people, or people who just work together, because every time one of them does a brand deal, the other one does the same brand deal. Especially now the Brian Bros are like huge. They did the 4 wellness deal together. They're both sponsored by Olokai. They have some differences, but they definitely have a lot of crossover, especially newer ones crossing over. Tacoma, Brian Bros, sponsoring a bunch of YouTubers. That's a brand that I could see if Grant moved to. I can't see him leaving TaylorMade. I can't really see a world where he completely leaves TaylorMade, but maybe like, I don't know, some sort of hybrid thing. But the ownership thing is something I could see him maybe somehow getting, similar to what he did with Primo, but with a brand like Tacoma or someone up and coming in the space. Someone that, yeah, I mean, TaylorMade's not going to give him ownership title. He's not that big, nor close to that big. But like one of these maybe up and coming more YouTube golf influence brands, because it's like Grant's not really, as crazy as it sounds, Grant's really not probably, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I wouldn't assume he's moving the needle a crazy amount for TaylorMade, because TaylorMade's just such a big name. So many people are going to buy TaylorMade's regardless if Grant Horvat is signed to them. However, if Grant signed with like a Tacoma, he would greatly increase the amount of people that purchase Tacoma clubs. He would move the needle huge. So if he had an equity ownership stake in that company, his incentive to sign with him would be way bigger, because not only would he get paid for signing with them, but he would get to see and reap the benefits of his influence moving the needle for this company in their sales. So I think there's a real chance that we see something like that coming out of the woodwork. Mainly, I'm just thinking that because they're the only, like I said, the only company that's like aggressive enough in the YouTube space, that's pretty much in the YouTube space, similar to Primo was, that is small enough but big enough that this would make sense. But also the synergy, I'm going to use that word again, business corporate Nate, with Brian Bros. The fact that Brian Bros are signed to Tacoma now, like that's a big name that's signed to them, and you know, a lot of crossover deals happening with Grant and Brian Bros. So that's another one. Again, not going to be the announcement tomorrow, I'm guessing, because Grant is playing with Phil, and the announcement's something to do with Phil. So let's get back to that. The announcement tomorrow with Phil, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point. I think it's got to be pretty obvious. It's going to be some sort of collaborative video series with Phil. I mean, there's really nothing else it could be at this point. What else? It's not going to be a full wellness partnership because they've already done that. It's a brand deal. And you guys don't understand, Grant is saying that he thinks this is the biggest announcement in his YouTube channel history. That means he thinks this is more impactful to his YouTube journey. I mean, if he's thought these words through, which he maybe hasn't, but if he's thought these words through and we take them at face value, this announcement is going to be more impactful to his channel than leaving to go solo, signing with TaylorMade the first time, signing with Primo, like more impactful than any of that. He's saying this announcement's going to be. So, and it's involving Phil. So I feel like it has to be something that's, you know, like ongoing, not just a one-off thing. Definitely not just some brand partnership with, like, no offense to Phil, but like a supplement company. Like, it's not, I'm not saying they're not cool, but it's not cool. It's not the biggest announcement ever. It's a pretty normal YouTuber type brand deal brand. It's like getting a brand deal with Drink AG1 or whatever. Like, it's not that exciting. If it was that would be the biggest letdown in YouTube history. I mean, maybe if he was like becoming an owner of it, I guess. Maybe if I go back to my Tacoma idea and somehow he's like becoming an owner of 4 Wellness. But he said it's going to change the landscape of YouTube golf history, or of YouTube golf, change the landscape. So what that says to me is it has to be some sort of collaborative content. I mean, him and Phil got 2.5 million jabronis watching that first video, and I was one of them. I mean, just unbelievable video, and like, that's unbelievable numbers. 2.5 million people? That's crazy for YouTube golf. So I don't think the second video is going to do that much, but I do think it's probably going to pull over a schmillion views in the first like 2 days, probably pretty easily. They have impact. They have, you know, interest. Phil is very YouTube friendly in the sense that like he's just an entertaining, he's not playing the best golf ever, but he's very entertaining to watch because of his banter and his chat. So I think there's a world where having some sort of bridge between the biggest YouTuber and a very famous and entertaining person who also plays golf at a high level could make a lot of sense. The reason why I think it could shift the YouTube landscape is because Phil probably has access to people that, I mean, it's hard to say that Grant doesn't have access to people now, because Grant is literally one of the most influential people in golf right now. Like, arguably, other than like, you know, the top 5 golfers on the PGA Tour / Live, maybe top 10 in the world, Grant is probably just as notable and influential and recognizable as them. He just is. He's the biggest YouTube golfer next to Bryson, Bryson is in the top 10, so we're counting with something different. Like, he's just so big. So it's hard to believe that he doesn't have access to pros, but there might be some like, just like legacy type bonds that Phil has with people and coaches who now coach younger players and whatever, and like maybe just some added legitimacy for people who maybe aren't super into YouTube golf, but like obviously respect the heck out of Phil and would come on and do content with the two of them because of that. So I think it's going to be some sort of YouTube golf collaboration, like a match series or something that involves the two of them, and then like pros, like, you know, pros or other people in the space. Could be obviously other celebrities. Like, it could be a whole host of things. What'll be interesting is if I hope they don't create a separate channel for this. I hope it's just like, you know, they go back and forth, kind of like Brian Bros do with Grant, where it's like a video on Grant's channel, video on Brian Bros, video on Phil's channel, video on Grant's channel. I hope they go back and forth like that, because like Grant's just the biggest thing in YouTube golf. He just needs to keep everything central to him, in my opinion. And if he can do that, I think that's just going to work out better for views and everything. Starting a second channel is just, I don't think that's it. So hopefully it's not that, but hopefully it is. I'm guessing it is some sort of collaborative content series with him and Phil. I think that's just the only thing that makes sense given what was teased, given, where this all could go. So we'll see. I mean, tomorrow we're going to get the announcement at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be Phil's video. There's probably going to be promo content pushed all around. I'm assuming if this is actually a big announcement. Again, if I'm just completely out to lunch and this is like a For Wellness partnership, I'm going to like bash my head against the wall. But also, there probably wouldn't be that much promo content. But if this is actually something really cool, like some sort of big collaborative push where they are also like teasing like, they're going to go play Charlie and Tiger next week. Like something just absolutely not. Is that a double clip right there? That was a double clip. Look at, wait. Hang on. Breaking the fourth wall here. This flip. Oh, no, it's not. It was a practice swing and then a regular swing. Anyway, I think that would be something cool if they had that. If they had, some other cool pro lineup. The only thing I'd be nervous of is if they start a match series and then they just play people from Phil's generation. Like that, I don't personally want to watch golf video. And I know this is probably going to rival some veterans. You gotta remember, I'm young. I represent the I represent the younger crowd, the under 30 crowd into golf right now. I mean, we want to see Scotty, we want to see Rory, we want to see JT, we want to see that. I'm not super stoked to watch like Ian Poulter play golf or like, Justin Rose or like, I don't know. These are like some of the Vijay Singh. Like, I know that is so disrespectful, but I'm just saying it like it is, boys. I'm just saying it like it is. I don't care. And I know that's not all Phil brings to the table, but I just don't want to see Grant playing with 3 60-year-olds week in and week out. That would just not be entertaining. So hopefully that's not what would happen. I do think it would be like more of the younger talent as well. There'd be some of that, but there'd be younger talent. Obviously like John Daly, there are exceptions to that rule. Not all, that is less interesting. But I also think there could be like some celebrity type matches and things of that nature. So anyways, guys, that's it. I had a day to kind of mellow on this, and then after seeing Grant's little teaser here, I was like, I think I got a grasp on what's going on. So I wanted to share with you guys. Comment your thoughts down below. Stop saying that Grant's wife is pregnant. That's nothing to do with YouTube golf. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.